Most professionals are playing defense right now, keeping their heads down, staying quiet, hoping the restructure doesn't reach their floor. That is the most dangerous career strategy in 2026. Because the contraction isn't looking for the worst performers. It's looking for the most replaceable ones. And replaceable is not about performance. It's about positioning. I spent 20 years inside HR making these decisions. Here is what the professionals who survive and advance are doing differently. This is what the talent. Let's go. From employee to architect. There are two types of professionals inside every organization right now. The first type describes their work in activity language. I manage the process. I support the team. I handle the reporting. The second type describes their work in revenue language. I protect $2.3 million in recurring client revenue. My team delivered 23% above target last quarter. The system I built eliminated $180,000 in annual cost. Same company. Same floor. Same meeting. Completely different conversation when the list is being made. Activity language makes you overhead. Revenue language makes you an asset. Overhead gets cut. Assets get protected. The career offensive starts with that shift. What's actually happening behind closed doors? Right now in Q2 planning sessions across corporate America, HR and senior leadership are sitting in rooms with a grid. 9 boxes. On one axis, performance. On the other axis, potential. Every employee in the organization gets placed in one of those boxes. Not by their direct manager alone. By a calibration committee. People 2 and 3 levels above you who may have never had a direct conversation with you. The box you land in determines who gets promoted, who gets the development investment, who gets protected when the restructure hits, and who ends up on the other list. Most employees have no idea this process exists. The ones playing the career offensive know exactly how it works. And they are actively building toward the top right box before the calibration session happens. The difference between surviving and advancing. There are 2 categories of protected employees. The first is the workhorse. Reliable. Consistent. Gets things done. The workhorse is valuable until they're not. Until the function gets automated. Until the project gets cancelled. Until the role gets restructured. The workhorse survives good times. The second category is the indispensable heir. The person leadership is actively developing for the next level. The person whose absence would create a problem that would take months and significant cost to solve. The person who owns an outcome, not just a function. The person who has relationships at the skip level. Who speaks the language of the CFO. Who makes their institutional knowledge visible rather than keeping it quietly in their head. The contraction is clearing out workhorses. It is protecting indispensable heirs. The career offensive is the deliberate move from one category to the other. What to do this week? Move 1. Audit your language. Open your last performance review. Open your last self-evaluation. How many of your bullet points start with I managed or I supported? That is activity language. Now rewrite each one with a number attached. A $sign. A percentage. A time saved. If you can't attach a number, that bullet point is not protecting you. Move 2. Map your skip level relationship. Who is 2 levels above your direct manager? Do they know your name? Do they know your work? If the answer is no, that is the most urgent gap in your positioning. Because promotions and protection decisions happen in rooms your manager may not even be in. You need someone above that room who knows you. Move 3. Identify the leadership vacuum. Every organization has one. A gap between what senior leadership needs and what the current structure is delivering. The indispensable Heir finds that gap and fills it before anyone asks them to. Not for recognition. For positioning. When you solve a problem leadership didn't know they had, your name lands in a different conversation. The contraction is not random. It follows a pattern. Overhead out. Assets protected. Activity language cut, revenue language promoted. Workhorses restructured, indispensable heirs advanced. The career offensive is the deliberate decision to stop hoping the pattern misses you and start designing your position in what comes after it. Comment offensive below if you're ready to stop playing defense. And if you want the complete system, the word-for-word scripts, the shadow log framework, and the exact positioning moves. The Career Offensive Toolkit is in the link in the description. This is what the talent. 20 years inside HR. Now on your side of the table. The move is yours.